You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
Korea's semiconductor capex is leaving Seoul, 300 trillion won, heading to the regions. HBM4 at $1 billion in 4 months. It's Wednesday, June 24th. Let's take a look at a key development in Korea's industry sector. For you listening, we are analyzing whether Korea's industrial competitive position is strengthening or weakening and mapping out the critical supply chain choke points.
Right. So Samsung and SK Hynix plan to announce 300 trillion won, or 214 billion USD, for an advanced semiconductor cluster in the Gwangju-Jeonnam region on June 29th.
Wow, 214 billion USD.
Yeah, it's massive. The companies expect to report 232 trillion won, or 166 billion USD, in combined operating profit between 2026 and 2028.
Right. Just to jump in, that 232 trillion won, or 166 billion USD, profit basically triples Korea's annual government budget.
Exactly.
This profit significantly anchors the hashtag KOSPI benchmark.
It really does.
But, by moving away from Seoul to solve energy constraints, aren't we just trading a power gridlock for a talent gridlock?
Well, massive regional capex is justified by immediate surging AI chip demand right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, Samsung generated 1 billion USD in HBM4 revenue within 4 months.
Wait, really? Just 4 months?
Yeah. And Korea's HBM export value reached 8.15 billion USD in April.
Wow.
This export value represents a 186.6% year-on-year increase against global competitors.
And is an absolute explosion in demand.
It is. Samsung projects full-year HBM4 revenue exceeding 10 billion USD, or 15.4 trillion won.
But advanced chip production requires advanced materials, exposing severe upstream vulnerabilities.
Yeah, so LG Chem announced a 15 trillion won, or 10.7 billion USD R&D investment plan through 2035.
To build out those alternative supply lines, right?
Exactly, because China's share of Korea's graphite imports reached 90.3% in the first 5 months of 2026.
Wow, 90.3%.
Yeah, it's a terrifying dependency.
So, when we pull all this data together, is Korea's semiconductor capex supercycle structural or cyclical, and what are the execution risks?
The 300 trillion won, or 214 billion USD, regional cluster announcement confirms Korea's semiconductor capex supercycle is structural, though execution risk is heavily concentrated in power transmission and talent relocation. Samsung's rapid HBM4 revenue trajectory signals a recapture of technical leadership essential for AI supply chains. However, with a 90.3% graphite dependency on China, Korea's broader production ecosystems remain one export restriction away from a halt.
Oh, and for you listening, you really have to consider one final wild card here.
Oh, definitely.
What happens to this massive investment if next-generation AI simply bypasses this memory architecture entirely?
Yeah, that is the trillion-won question for the supply chain.
That's today's AI Prism, Industry Daily. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a One IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.